Hi boys and girls, I'm back for math. We're going to practice symmetry. Remember, something that is symmetrical means that the left side of the shape or the object is exactly the same as the right side. Like my hands are symmetrical. And what if I drew a line down the middle of my face? Is my face symmetrical? My hair isn't, but my facial features are, because I have two eyes, a nose, and a mouth. Very good. Okay, so I'll show you a picture and you tell me, yes, it's symmetrical, no, it's not. That lily pad, is that symmetrical? Yes, it is, because the left side is the same as the right. Did you say yes? How about this bee? Is that symmetrical? Is the left side the same as the right side? No, it's not. How about this butterfly? Is the left side of the butterfly the same as the right? Yep, because I see wings on both sides. And I see half of the body on this side and the other half on that side. How about this frog? Is this frog symmetrical? Does it look exactly the same on one side as it does on the other? Yes, it is. Good for you. How about this arrow? Is that symmetrical? Is the left side the same as the right side? No, so it's not symmetrical. How about the starfish? Is the left side the same as the right side? You said yes, you got it right. Good for you. Okay, now we're going to practice our 2D shapes because we'll see some on our seat work today. So I thought it would be a good idea for us to remember the names of some of our shapes. This is a star. 10 corners, 10 sides. Good job. This is looks like a diamond or a kite. Slanted square. It's a rhombus. The H is silent. Rhombus. Good job. 4 sides, 4 corners. How many sides does this shape have? Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 sides, 5 corners is a pentagon. Pentagon. Good job. This is like a circle, but it's stretched. No corners, no sides. It's an oval. Good work. How about this shape? How many sides does it have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If you said hexagon, you got it right. Good for you. Can you read that big word? Let's count the sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 sides, 8 corners makes it an octagon. Octagon. Like a stop sign, right, everybody? And this is a 1, 2, 3-sided shape is a triangle. There's L-E-O in little. Triangle has 3 sides, 3 corners. And by the way, a triangle does not have to have the sides equal length. Sides can be different lengths because triangles come in different sizes. What's this shape? 1, 2, 3, 4 sides. 2 are short, 2 are long. It's a rectangle. Rectangle. 4 sides, 4 corners. Good job. This is a square. 4 sides, equal length, 4 corners. And of course, this is a circle. No sides, no corners. Good job. So you'll see those on your seat work today, boys and girls. Now the other thing that I want to talk to you about today is something brand new that we've never talked about. Have you ever heard this word before? Can you read it? Frac. Frac. And then T-I-O-N says shun. Fraction, like shun in nation. Put it together and you get fraction. Say fraction. Now, you might say to yourself, Mrs. Card, what in the world does fraction mean? Fraction means part. Okay, so let's say you have a pizza. You and your family order a pizza for supper. And each of you gets to eat a part of that pizza, right? Not one of you will eat the whole thing. I hope not, unless you're super duper hungry. So when you eat part of a pizza, you're eating a fraction of it. You see what I mean? Fraction means part. Let's say you got a treat. You got a box of Smarties. And you're not going to eat the whole box at one time. That would be too much candy. You're going to only eat part of the box, part of the Smarties. So when you eat part of the Smarties, you're eating a fraction of the Smarties. Part, okay? Fraction is like the opposite of whole. What else? Let's say, oh, like a pie. You know how you might share a pie for dessert? Or even a cake. Of course, the pie is going to be divided into pieces or parts. And when you have a piece of that pie or a part of that pie, you're eating a fraction. That's all that fraction means. It means part of a whole. Now be careful, this is not the kind of hole where you step in a hole and you fall down inside of it. This is like the whole pizza or the whole pie or the whole box of Smarties. It means like the number 1. Okay, we ate 1 whole pizza for supper. We had 1 whole pie for dessert. Okay, when you eat a fraction of it, you're eating part of a whole. Okay, now the other important piece of information that you need to know is that when you eat a fraction of something, or when you divide a shape, an object like a pizza or a pie into parts, the parts have to be the same size. They have to be equal. Otherwise, it's not fair. Okay, so say for example, you and your family order a piece of pizza and you're going to divide it into 4 parts. So say there's 4 people in your family, like in our family. It wouldn't be fair if I cut the pizza into 4 parts, but 2 of them were small and 2 of them were big. Adam and Sarah would say, hey, that's not fair. We got the small pieces and you and Dad got the big pieces. So you have to remember that about fractions. When you're dividing something into parts, the parts have to be the same size or equal. That will be on your seat work today. I want to show you some examples of what fractions look like in math. But before I do that, I want to talk a little bit more about whole. Okay, because that's important to know. You got to remember that a fraction is part of a whole. So if you look at this circle, do you see how the whole thing is colored? The whole thing. It's one whole circle and the whole thing is colored. The same is true for this square and this rectangle. The whole shape is colored. Okay? And that's why we're talking about whole, because you need to understand that. Okay, before you'll understand fractions. Now, you can take those same shapes and just color part of them, like on this poster. Look at this. Okay, now, before the parts got colored, each shape was divided into equal parts. Can you see how many parts each shape was divided into? Look at that. That circle was divided into 2 equal parts. And so was this square, and so was this rectangle. But only part of the circle, one of the equal parts, got colored. 1 equal part out of the 2 equal parts means half of the shape got colored. That's the fraction half, boys and girls. A fraction is a funny looking number because it's a number over top of another number with a line in between. That means half. Look, it says 1/2 is 1/2 or half of. So you don't say 1/2. You say 1/2. That's a little bit confusing. So here, half of the circle is yellow. Here, half of the circle is pink. And here, half of the rectangle is green. What does that mean? It means that each of these shapes was divided into 2 parts. That's the 2 on the bottom. But only one of them got colored. So we say half. Half of the shape got colored. Okay, another fraction that we're going to talk a lot about is this one. 1/4. Do you see it there at the bottom? What does that mean? Well, it means, look carefully, that each of these shapes got divided into equal parts. How many equal parts? Let's count the parts. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 parts, 4 equal parts for the circle. How many for the square? 1, 2, 3, 4. Same. How many for the rectangle? 1, 2, 3, 4. So all of the shapes have been divided into 4 equal parts. That's why there's a 4 on the bottom of the fraction. Why is there a 1 on the top? Because only one part out of the 4 parts got colored. See? Only one part. So what fraction of each shape got colored? 1/4. That's what this means. Okay, a fraction is a number over top of a number with a line in between. 1/4 is 1/4 or quarter of. Okay, do you remember talking about money? We talked about quarters, and you could count quarters to $1. Do you remember how many quarters it takes to count to $1? I'll do it and you count my fingers. Ready? 25, 50, 75, $1. Look at that. How many quarters does it take to make $1? It takes 4. That's why you can say that this shape, this circle, has been divided into fourths or quarters. Okay, they mean the same thing. Like 4 quarters make $1. 4 quarters can make a circle too. Okay, meaning the shape, the circle's been divided into 4 equal parts. Okay, what fraction of the square has been colored? 1 out of the 4 parts that it was divided into, so 1/4 is colored. Same is true for the rectangle. 4 parts the rectangle's been divided into, but only one of them got colored. So 1/4 of the rectangle is colored, or you can say 1/4. It means the same thing. Okay? Now, when you go to do your seat work today, I think you might need to take your paper out of your workbook because you're going to want to cut off the bottom. You need to cut out each of these shapes, and then you need to sort them into 2 groups. Either put them in the group that says they're divided into equal parts, or they're not divided into equal parts, not equal. So if you were to look at this triangle, okay, would you say that that's divided into equal parts? No, because the top is smaller than the bottom. Maybe before we get to the seat work, we need to practice that a little. Take a look at this. Okay, I've got 2 circles, and both of them are divided into 2 equal parts. But which one has the equal parts? A does, doesn't it? How about these squares? Both divided into 2 equal parts. That's why I put a 2 at the bottom. But which one shows the parts that are equal? Did you pick B? You picked right. Good job. How about these circles? They've both been divided into 4 parts. That's why I put a 4 underneath. But which one shows parts that are equal? Did you pick B? Good for you. How about these rectangles? Both been divided into 4 equal parts. But which one shows parts that are equal, the same size? Did you pick A? You're right. How about these triangles? This is a little trickier because they've all been divided into 2 parts, but only one of them shows equal parts. There's the one we just looked at on our seat work, right? But that looks like it could be the same, but look how much smaller the top is than the bottom. Okay. Did you pick C? You got it right. How about these squares? Both divided into 4 parts, but which one shows parts that are equal? Did you pick B? Good for you. Look at row A, look at row B. This shape's divided into 4 parts. This shape's divided into 3, but only one of them shows equal parts. Did you pick B? Good for you. So that's what you're going to do on your seat work. You're going to cut out each of these shapes, look at the parts that they've been divided into carefully, and decide if the parts are equal, it would go here. If they're not equal, the shape would go here. Now, I would suggest that you cut them all out, sort them all, get Mom to check, and then you're ready to glue, okay? Because if you glue before you've done them all, you might make a mistake, and then you have to like rip it off, and you might rip the paper, and it just becomes a mess. So have fun with that, everybody. Bye!